Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here, welcome back to the Railway, and a lot of you had guessed that this video was coming based on the last video, and if you haven't seen that one yet, the link is up above because it was quite a lot of fun and quite a lot of work as well, so do feel free to check that one out. But no, this one is going to be called the Very Big Thomas and Friends running session, and of course I've already done a video a lot like this back in the spring I think it was, where I basically ran every one of my Thomas and Friends locomotives. Well, since then I've collected quite a few more of them, and so I thought it might be nice to do this session again with the new additions, and also on top of that it is just lovely to have all of the gang together to do a big running session, so that's what I'm going to do today. However, there is one big question. Of course I am planning to get even more Thomas and Friends locomotives one day, and if I do I'll probably want to do an even bigger running session with all of them together. So my task for you is to come up with a title for this very big Thomas and Friends running session, and whoever comes up with the best title will get a shout out, and of course I will use that for the video. But that won't be for a while, you know, that's going to be a long way down the line when I've got some more engines to show. But today there is loads and loads of Thomas and Friends locos to show, and for the first one you've already seen his coaches, but let's go over to the other side of the room and I will show you who he is. And it is of course Spencer, the A4 locomotive, and he's just been the start of my giveaway this year, and the competition, the giveaway competition, has just closed and I'm going to be announcing the winner on Monday. So if you manage to enter that competition, good luck. I hope you do well, and of course if you didn't manage to enter and you missed out on it, don't worry, just make sure you subscribe to the channel and then you won't miss any future giveaways I do. But yeah, there's Spencer, and he's pulling some Pullman coaches. He's got 5 of those, which look really good with him, I hope. So let's get him started then, the lovely Spencer A4. He's a Pacific, and I think he's just raring to go. So here we go, let's get him started. Well, he's moving. I didn't get to see whether he did any wheel slip, but you guys might have done, so let me know if you saw any. Okay, the next engine then. Here he is. This, of course, is Toby, and this is actually Toby's debut on the channel. I don't think he's ever ran before. So he's a little tram engine, as you can see. He's very happy. And today I thought I would let him pull some wagons. So he's got, what's he got there? He's got 4 of the box vans and a little brake van on the end. So let's get him started then, Toby the tram engine. Bless him, off he goes. Okay, let me show you what's on the inside line. And this one is another lady engine, and she's also new. She wasn't in the last big Thomas and Friends running session. So this, of course, is Rosie. And you might know this, you might not, but Rosie is based on an American tank engine. And so I thought it might be quite nice to give her some American box cars. So there is, well, let's see, 5 of those, all different colours, and hopefully she's going to manage those just fine. So let me just swing around here, and I'll get her started. Here she goes, Rosie the pink engine, or purple. Oh yes, she manages those just fine. Okay, let's have a running session then with these first 3 very lovely engines. Here comes Rosie, there she goes with her box cars. Looking good with those. I don't know why I didn't do that before, to be honest. They look really good with her. And Toby's on his way down. He's on his way down Gordon's Hill. And we'll get to Gordon later, of course. Just a little train for Toby because he's just a little engine. I don't want to stress him too much out on his first run. And of course Spencer, the big sort of bluey coloured A4. Very splendid looking, isn't he? And of course such a grand looking engine deserved some grand looking coaches, so the Pullman coaches are probably the poshest ones I've got, so I thought he could pull those. And he does a very good job of that too. Didn't really see him slow down up there at the top of Gordon's Hill, so yep, Spencer is very good and strong. I must admit though, my Spencer doesn't exactly thunder down the line. You have to turn him right up in order for him to go fast, and I don't like hearing him squeal, to be honest, so I don't let him go too quick. There goes Toby, nice and slowly. Bless him. Oh, Rosie's catching him up very well though. Yep, she's gone by him. Right, we just waited for Spencer now. There he goes. Ooh, there's Rosie. Derailing. Right, I better go and stop these. Oh dear, that's not very good, look at that. I have noticed that that front green wagon is quite light though, so I'm going to put some more weights into that one day. Well, as soon as I finish this probably, and hopefully that'll improve it. Right, let's stop Toby just next to her. There we are, he's a concerned friend, come to her aid. Let's just get Spencer in, here he comes now. Bring him to a stop. There we go, that's the first 3 done then, and I'm going to transfer those into the big sidings, and then we'll move on to the next engines. Okay, the first few engines are in the sidings, as you can see, just the first 3 there, but obviously these sidings are going to get very, very busy as today goes on. So we're moving on to the turntable now, where we're going to pick up our next engine. So here we are at the turntable then, and the first engine I'm going to be taking off is James. And I think James is particularly excited today. I've already overheard him saying how lovely he thinks he looks on camera. And he does, I'm not going to lie. But obviously we've got to get him off this turntable before he can run properly. So I'm going to do that in a second. On the outside line he has got some coaches waiting just for him, which he's going to go and couple up to. But for now then, let's get him onto the bridge and see if we can get him off there safely. There we go. Right, let's get him on. Not too fast, James. And forwards, if you will. Whoa, not too close to Edward there. Let me just push him back a touch. There we go. Alright, let's turn him around then. Blimey, steady on, James. You'll do yourself an injury. Right, let's stop him there. Okay, and let's get him off. There we go. And let him go and find those coaches. Here he comes nice and steadily. Look, he's not going too fast, even though he's super excited. Okay, he's just going to disappear out of shot for just a second, and I'll flick these points back. And now he's got a straight road all the way to his coaches. So I'll move the camera now, and we'll watch him couple to them, shall we? Whoa, steady on, James. There we go, he's coupled. So these are actually ex-LNER coaches, which are Blood and Custard, and very nice they are too. I think they match James beautifully. So let's get him going then. Come on, James, see what you can do. Obviously 4 coaches is no problem for him. Okay, let me show you who's on the other lines. And over here we have the Scottish twins, Donald and Douglas, and obviously these prefer to run together. They like to go in a double header or something like that, but not today. Today they're going to be pulling separate trains, and let's face it, it's only a small room really, so they're never going to be too far away from each other. So here are their trains then, Donald and Douglas. Donald has some McVitie's vans, as you can see there, quite a few of those, I think there's 6. And Douglas has some Kellogg's vans and a couple of other different kinds as well. So let's get these 2 started then, Donald and Douglas. Let's see how they get on. Here comes everybody then, past the first 3 engines. We've got, oh, it looks like Donald in the lead. Douglas isn't far behind though, here he comes. I don't know, what's heavier, Kellogg's cereal or McVitie's biscuits? Don't know. I would say probably the Kellogg's obviously, because Douglas is going slower. But here's James, who isn't going slow at all. But he's got an express train, so he's got to be on time. Got James and Donald passing each other here. Yep, looking good. I think Douglas must have heard me talking about him, because he's pulled out in front now, look at that. I mean, he's on the inner line, so I suppose he will do, but yep, he's doing very well. Look at all those wagons. I'm seeing if I can get a shot of Donald coming all the way down the big straight. Here he comes now, passing James again. Should be able to see his eyes moving. Oh yep. I like these blue wagons as well, I think they always look lovely together. That back Gresley coach is making a bit of a funny noise, I don't know what's causing that. Well, these blokes have put on a very nice performance, haven't they? Time to stop them then. That one is Douglas. I hope I haven't gotten them mixed up at all today. I've hopefully got the right names for them every time. You never can be sure though. Right. Here comes Donald, and his tender looks like it's derailed. So it's definitely a good time for him to stop. There we go. And of course James, who is still flying around. Oh, steady on James. So there we go, I'll take these guys off and put them into the sidings, and I'll be right back with the next 3 engines. Okay, back to the turntable then, and the next engine I'm going to be taking off is Edward. Now, I had a little bit of trouble deciding what I was going to run with Edward. Obviously, I wanted some coaches that would match with him, but I don't really have that many blue coaches to choose from. So in the end, I went with these. Quite a bizarre choice, I suppose. It's the Coronation Scott coaches, very posh ones, but I thought at least Edward might look really posh with them. So let's get this turntable around for Edward then. Here we go. There we go, let's get him to rumble onto the bridge. There we go, turn it again. Oh, no, not that way though. Other way. There we go, and drive him off. Perfect. Here he comes then, this is my Hornby Edward. Just stop him there in front of the points, shut the points, and send him back. Really nice and steadily. Let's see how much of a crawl he can do. Look at that. Okay. Oh, no, he's stopped. Don't worry, Edward. Don't be nervous. Let's turn him up a little bit, see if he'll do it a bit quicker. Oh, very quick. And he didn't couple either. Oh, Edward. Not your best day today, is it, mate? There we go, perfect. Okay, nobody saw that, Edward. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's send him off forwards then. There we go, much better. So Edward, for the first time in history probably, pulling the Coronation Scott. Okay, what's on the other lines? Okay, so I thought I would do the other set of twins now. So here they are, Bill and Ben, lovely little yellow 040s, and between them they're pulling identical trains, although there are some very, very subtle differences between these two. So if you've got a good strong eye, and you've got a sharp eye as well I suppose, let me know in the comments what the differences are between their 2 trains. But let's get them started then. Bill and Ben, these are the Backman ones, so look out because they have got those moving eyes. There we go. Going their separate ways now, it looks like. There's Edward, and just like James, he's going at quite a good speed. And actually, these twins are as well. Look at the way his wheels are going round. Blimey, let's hope they don't blow cylinders. No, that's very impressive. Here comes Ben, thundering down the main straight. It's definitely express freight, isn't it, today? Blimey. Let's hope those crisps aren't all smashed. There's Bill on the other side of the room. Edward slowing down a tiny bit there at the top of Gordon's Hill, but not terribly. Don't think I've ever seen Bill and Ben go so quick. Here comes Edward in the distance now with his Coronation Scott. Does look a bit strange with him though, doesn't it? But I'm all for doing things I've never done before, and I don't think I've done that before, so... Yep, quite interesting, and I think he certainly looks happy to be pulling such an important train as well, doesn't he? So, that's alright, we'll give them a bit of fun once in a while. Okay, time to bring these to a stop then. I think this is Bill that's coming first, so there you go Bill, well done. Delivered all of his goods safely and on time, so that's something to be proud of. And here comes Edward steaming into shot with his Coronation Scott. I think that one was definitely on time as well with the speed he's been going. Okay, now we're just waiting for Ben, I think it is. Here he comes with a big grin on his face. So I'll go and park next to Bill. There we go, perfect. Okay, there they are then. Hope you enjoyed seeing those. They have put on a really good display today. Okay, I'm going to pop these into the sidings then, and then, as always, you'll see what's coming up next. And here's another little update on the sidings. As you can see, they're filling up very well. Yep, there's everybody we've had so far. So, next ones then, let's go back to the turntable with some green engines. So the first of those green engines is Henry, who is here waiting very patiently on the turntable. And on the outside line he has got this goods train which he's going to pick up. It's a bit of a mixed goods train, there's a bit of all sorts on there, so hopefully that will be enjoyable to see. But as always then, let's carefully get him onto the turntable so that he can go and meet his train. There we go, let's get him on nice and steadily. Don't want to crash into Gordon. There we go. And let's reverse him off if I can, nice and steadily does it. Let's turn the camera round. There he goes. In fact, let me keep the camera moving so it'll follow him out. He's slowed down a bit now because he's not on the slope of the turntable. There he goes. Nice and steadily does it, there we go. Right, and he's going to keep going back, and as soon as he's out of this siding I'll shut the points, and I'll stop him as soon as he meets his train. There he goes, steadily does it, nice gentle coupling. Actually it wasn't that gentle, was it? I think I've done better in the past. Okay, let me check he's in focus. Yep, just about, so let's take him off then. Here is Henry with his big goods train. Whoa, that was a bit of an abrupt start, but there it all goes. Moving past the camera very nicely. Okay, here's what's on the middle line then. So here we have Duck, and obviously he's another green locomotive, this time a tank engine from the Great Western of course, and so he's going to be pulling some Great Western coaches. He's got 3 of them there, and you might just be able to see it at the back, he's got a towed brake van. So here he goes then, this is Duck with his little Great Western train. And finally then, on the inside line we have yet another little green tank engine. This of course is Percy, and Percy is pulling a morning train, and here's what I mean by morning train. So you get your milk, this is a lovely Great Western milk van or something like that. Then of course you also get your mail, there's a night mail coach. And also if you're unlucky you'll get a headache. So there's that, just to include the headache there. Anyway, let's get Percy started then. You can just see him there behind the beam. I think he's desperate to get started, so let's see him go then. Here goes Percy. I must admit Henry is very good at pulling goods trains. Look at this. It's not too much for him to pull, but he does pull it very, very nicely. And there's also at least one fish van on there as well, so I think Henry's happy. He likes pulling fish, doesn't he? There goes Percy with his little morning train. Not too much for him to pull either. And here goes Duck again with his very lovely passenger train. Yep, I think those coaches suit him very well. There goes Henry thundering down Gordon's Hill. Gundam's Hill, I don't know who that is. Nope, very good performance there. It's quite a nice moment happening here. We've got Henry and Percy just following behind. I quite like that. Okay, we'll let the green engines have a rest then. There's Percy stopping, Duck just coming to a halt there, and also Henry. There we go. Right, I'll take these off, and then it's time to run some diesels. Oh dear. Oh, not to worry, it's only Mavis. Mavis is no trouble. And I think this might be Mavis's first ever running session, so hello Mavis, hope you have a nice time today. And don't forget to tell all the other engines hi on your way past as well. So she's got just a little goods train with some open wagons, as you can see, just 5 of them and a little brake. So let's get her started then. This is Mavis, the little diesel engine, and on her maiden voyage. So here we go. Right, now here comes some trouble. So this is Arry and Bert. These are two little OH shunters, and these quite famously aren't always very nice to the steam engines, but nonetheless we're going to get these running. They've both got little goods trains, as you can tell. Arry has got some, well, crisp snacks and nuts and boxcars, and Bert has got some ocean wagons. So let's get these started. Here we go. Let's get Arry started first. Iron Arry, making a bit of a squeak, and Iron Bert. There he goes. And also Mavis, just coming in behind them. Okay, let's have a little run then and see how these do. Here's Iron Arry, rumbling his way up Gordon's Hill. Got them all going in the same direction this time, just for a change. And they've all got little goods trains as well, so they've all got something in common, the diesels, today. There's Mavis, keeping a distance, I notice. How does she get on with Arry and Bert? I'm not too sure. She seems happy enough anyway, she's still smiling. I've already reviewed Arry and Bert, of course, and if you want to, you can check out those reviews. I'll put the link up for you. But I don't think I've reviewed Mavis just yet. No, I don't think I have, so she's one I'm going to have to do at some point, and I'm looking forward to that, because she's quite a cool little character. Where is Mavis? Hopefully she'll be... Oh, there she is. Just going under the bridge there. She's a very good runner, I must say. Good and quiet, quite strong. And yeah, quite fast as well. Goes at a good speed. There she goes, good old Mavis. Okay, I'm going to let these diesels have a little bit of a break then, so let's stop Mavis and Bert. There we go. Just waiting for Arry to come in then. And then we're going to get on to the last three engines of the day. And I've saved some of the nicest ones until last, and I'm sure you can guess who they're going to be, or who some of them are going to be. So there we are, there's the three diesels. Mavis is alright, Arry and Bert are a little bit nasty, aren't they, sometimes, but they're all good engines and they're all very useful. So let's take them off and I'll be right back in just a sec. Okay, here we are then back at the turntable, ready to pick up Gordon, who's been waiting very patiently there for the whole video, and I'm sure he's desperate to get started, isn't he? And he's going to be pulling some teak coaches today. He's got a very big train of them, in fact, loads, 8. So let's get him onto the turntable then. Let me just turn this around. There we go. Let's give him some juice then and get him on. Oh. Nope, he's not going anywhere. Right, I think I'm going to have to bring in some help then. Hang on. What are friends for, eh? Okay. So here comes Emily then onto the turntable, and this wasn't planned. Oh no. Okay, turn this round again. Let's see if she can couple to him. There we go. Okay. Ah, that's a bit better. There we go, he's on. Right, all I've got to do now then is uncouple Emily. So I'll do that. There we go, I've done that. Now all we've got to do then is turn the turntable back to where it was. And hopefully Gordon will get off there now without any problems. Oh yes, there you go Gordon, he didn't derail. Nothing to worry about after all. Okay, let's go and couple to his coaches then. Right, well he definitely looks a lot happier now that he's not on the turntable, doesn't he? Right, let's go and get your coaches then. Mind you, you're not out of the woods yet, Gordon, because that is a lot of coaches to manage. 8 coaches is not a lot to sniff at, is it? I mean, that is quite a big rake. Okay, nice and steady, Gordon, for your coupling. Not too quick. Ooh, that's a lot of weight. Okay, let's see if he coupled. Oh no, he didn't, not quite. Come on, Gordon, you can do it. Has he got it this time? Oh, just about. Oh yes, he's got them. Right, you can see them all go past then. Blimey, what a big train that is. Okay, I'll show you who else is running then, although I think you already know. And of course this one is Emily, and Emily's just had to dash all the way up here to Gordon's Hill from the turntable, ready to couple to her train, and her train is the usual thing. I've just put some Southern coaches on her, and also the Thomas and Friends utilities van at the back. So let's get her started then. Emily the Sterling single with a small passenger train. And thanks for your help, Emily, I'm sure Gordon will appreciate it as well. And talking of the devil, here he comes now, up his hill. Oh, he did that well, didn't he? No slow down at all there, that was brilliant. 8 coaches, look at that. Okay, let's look at the inside line then. Okay, last of all then, but certainly not least, it's the man himself, it's Thomas, and he's going to be pulling Annie and Clarabelle, the troublesome trucks, and also a little red brake van on the end there. So Thomas has definitely been desperate to run all day today, so finally he's going to have his chance to. So here he goes, Thomas with his train. Go on, forwards, Thomas. Hey, there we go. So, you've seen all of the engines now, so don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know which has been your favourite. I always like Emily and Gordon myself, so that's why I've saved those till last. They're my personal favourites. But if your favourite is different to that, or even if it's the same, do let me know, because I'd like to know that. And wow, look at that big rake of coaches. Fantastic, isn't it? I should do that more often, put all of the LNE Artiques on together. It looks great. There goes good old Emily as well, always looking good. And of course Thomas, oh, he's going quite quick as well, isn't he? Blimey. Here we are then, getting them to run by all the other engines. There goes Thomas. Look at Arry and Bert. You can tell they're looking for Gordon, can't you? Where is Gordon? And Emily, of course. I can see Emily just coming around the curve. And Gordon now. Looks like they're going to arrive together, more or less. Yeah, there they are. Oh, they're good friends now. Mine are anyway. My Emily and my Gordon, best of friends. Thought I'd get another shot of him showing off coming up this hill. Didn't really see him slow down that time. Maybe slightly. Emily's been left behind a little bit. Come on Emily, catch up with him. Okay then, time to let these guys have a break, and then we'll do my favourite part of the video, which is putting them all side by side in the sidings and seeing them all together. Sorry about this, I'm having a bit of a catastrophe getting them all to stop. But there we go, that's all the engines. I'll be right back in just a second then, and I'll show you them all together, and it looks like Thomas has just escaped the shot there. Okay, be right back. Well, there you have it then. That is everybody that I've got at the moment, and Gordon's still got his coaches there. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been sort of like a 2-part video, so hope you enjoyed both parts, and hopefully you'll know what I mean by the first part. If you don't know, check it out. The link will be at the end of the video. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to let me know who was your favourite, and hopefully you did enjoy this. And of course, if you did, please feel free to leave this a like or even a comment, because like I say, I do love to hear from you. So thanks again for watching, folks. Much appreciated. If you'd like to check out the Facebook and Twitter pages, please do. The links for those are down below. And look out on Monday, because I will be posting the results of the giveaway, and you'll be finding out who's won Spencer. Not this Spencer, I've got a brand new one. And also the wagons. So I'll talk to you very soon, folks, and thank you once again for watching. Bye, everyone.